My name is Jennifer Charland. I'm a collaborator in the Enlighten Network, along with my husband and some other great collaborators. My space in the network is called Burn Karma. And I share with you different practices that I've been doing for decades that have helped me find inner peace and that have just helped me navigate life with more awareness, more heart centered, and feel more connected to my purpose in life. And so, all of us collaborators in the Enlightened Network, we feel similarly. We have different practices, but we've come together on this in the Enlightened Network to share and to create a global community, a spiritual, like-minded global community around that. So if you want to check us out, you can go to the Mighty Networks, themightynetworks.com. I think you create an account, then you search for the Enlightened Network. And then as we grow, we'll eventually have our own app. But right now we're hosted in Mighty Networks. And it is a great little pocket tool to have a spiritual community of pretty regular people, but also leaders in the work that we do in, yoga. For me, it's yoga and meditation and mindfulness and walking the spiritual path for decades. And there's other collaborators in there that have been doing similar things. So I invite you to join that, but also just to share, like I said, my husband Josh, his essays on Buddhism in his room in the Enlightened Network that's called A Tiny Speck in an Infinite Universe. So this essay is called The Nurturing Nature of Mother Earth. Now, watching me doesn't really matter unless it's something that, works for your schedule, that you can watch the video, but I'm just going to be reading the essay. So if you're going for a drive and you have a little bit of time, feel free to plug this into your car and do your thing. Or if you have some AirPods or earbuds, put them in and do you while you're listening, and then feel free, if you end up joining the Enlightened Network, then you can comment, you can share how this landed with you. You can obviously share comments here on YouTube, and feel free to share this as well. The Nurturing Nature of Mother Earth by Joshua Charland. When I was a kid, I'd wade chest high into the waters of the blackest swamp. I'd bump noses with giant frogs. I'd pick leeches off my legs and watch the rivulets of blood drip down my legs with wonder. Trees were companions. I gave them names and talked to them like they were trusted friends. I shared the woods with deer, coyotes, and foxes. Fear and wonder mixing for some very interesting encounters. Nature was my home, more than my room, more than my house. The woods, the mountains, the ocean was and is my home. I found a freedom in nature I couldn't find anywhere else. I felt a oneness with it, a belonging. More than that, I felt like I was where I was supposed to be. I don't do much swamp diving these days, but the outside has always made me feel complete. Over the years, I've explored my relationship with nature a great deal and researched the positive effects that it has on our mental health. And importantly, I think I put a great deal of thought into why it affects us. Here are some observations. Nature is our environment. It is the air, the water, the mountains, the trees, the ocean, all life on Earth, the sun, the planets, and even the universe. Nature is everything and everywhere. But more than any of this, nature is our ancestral mother. And more locally, nature is our beautiful Mother Earth. Our Earth is the environment where we were created, the first cell sprouting from organic amino acids and nucleotides present in the ocean and deep within the soil. That first biological cell sprung to life, becoming the first matter to learn to replicate itself and evolve to deal with the conditions here on Earth. These cells were our first steps as life. We've spent billions of years in a symbiotic relationship with our environment. It is only in recent times, maybe the last 500 years, that we have significantly changed our relationship with our environment. So much of our daily life is spent inside boxes these days. Physical boxes like houses and buildings, but also emotional and social boxes, a topic for another day. We spend more time under light bulbs doing repetitive tasks than anything else. And then we hurry home and go into another box and stare at a screen in an unnatural sitting position. And of course, our phones. I'm staring at mine right now. Our lives have become dominated by human social and cultural constructs, ideas and tasks created by humans that seem essential for survival, but would not exist if we didn't create them. Man-made worries and goals, striving for something we can't fully articulate but may already have, reminds me of a funny parable I heard the other day. A banker and a fisherman are both waiting in line at a fishmonger. The banker to buy fish and the fisherman to sell his fish. The banker asks the fisherman, "How long did it take you to catch those fish?" "A little while," the fisherman replies. "Why don't you fish longer, catch more, and make more money?" the banker asks. "Well, I catch a few fish, then go to town. I drink wine with my wife and friends. We laugh, dance, and play games and watch the sunset. It's perfect." The banker makes a funny face. "See, you're doing it all wrong. What you should do is fish for as long as you can, catch the most fish you can, make the most money, buy another boat with it, and another and another. After a few years of hard work, you'd be rich, and then you could do whatever you want." The fisherman smiles to the banker and says, "Wow, seems pretty great. I'd imagine if I were in that situation, I'd just come here, fish for a little while, then head to town and drink wine with my wife and friends. We'd laugh, dance, and play games and watch the sunset." He shrugged, sold his fish, and headed to town. Anyway, back to getting outside. We almost never just exist in nature for any prolonged time anymore. Weekend camping trips, and right when we begin to feel acclimated to the natural circadian rhythm of the earth and the simple way living we crave, giving us a tiny remembrance of that symbiotic relationship we once had. But for the most part, we have walled ourselves off from the outside world and turned it into a nature walk or an exercise tool. Many of us are even uncomfortable at the thought of being outside. We almost never use this beautiful human form in the way it was originally designed. I don't think we were designed to be cooped up in a box all day. Forget all the stresses of modern life like finances, employment, marriages, children, social standing, etc., etc. I think existing mainly in boxes is enough to drive us crazy all by itself. Our eyes are not designed to focus 20 feet away for the majority of the time, often in poorly lit, flat, monochrome boxes. They are designed to focus as needed, up very close when needed and very far away when needed. They are designed to constantly change focus in an ever-changing environment. Changing focus quickly to address different needs, determine distance, size, speed, not focus from 1 foot to 10 feet over and over again. They're designed to take in the beauty and vibrant colors of nature, to supply us with information about our environment. Think of how a long view makes us feel. No matter what it is, a horizon view is inspiring and satisfying in ways almost nothing else is. Those only happen outside. Using our eyes for their true purpose feels right, not just to our eyes, but to our soul. Our sense of hearing is designed to cope and thrive with the complex sounds of outside, where ambient sound is constant and louder sounds have to be isolated and identified. To individuate the mad cacophony of earth sounds, think of how beautiful two birds sound coming from two different directions. The stereo sound of nature is like music to our souls. Nothing sounds quite so right, especially not the muffled, sound controlled environment of our homes and work areas. Our sense of smell is not designed to smell cleaning products, Glade plugins, or the constant stale smell of indoor air. We are meant to pick up the myriad smells and aromas of life hanging on every breeze. Smells inform us about our surroundings and bring life to our experience. Our skin reacts differently when outside. We are meant to feel the shifting currents of air, to bask in a slight breeze, to be aware of every skin cell reacting to the caress of the earth's atmosphere. to feel the earth around us, enveloping us in her perfect womb. We are not meant to solely exist in climate-controlled, still environments. Our bones and muscles work differently when traversing uneven ground. Our sense of balance improves, our proprioception improves, reflexes get better, mood improves, anxiety improves, depression improves, health improves overall. I believe we are meant to experience life outside, not just outside, but immersed in nature. When we are outside, our senses are fully engaged as they are intended to be. Our ancient biological purpose to exist fully in this form is realized. When we lack this experience for too long, I think we lose our connection to our mother and to ourselves, and we suffer because of it. Without this connection, we only exist in the mind, in the constructs we have created. We live lives so incongruous to the way that our bodies and cells were designed. It's no wonder to me that as we move further away from our ancestral earthly connections, that our mental health begins to suffer. We're so consumed with the man-made life we have created, our attachments, our aversions, our fears, our judgments, our bills, our clothes, what to eat for dinner every night. Ha ha. We're consumed with what is next, what gets us through to the next day. Religion, our short-term goals, long-term goals, employment, birthdays, restaurants, TVs. How do I look? Social status. Am I driving a nice car? And 1 million other things. These things fill our reality. A near constant film reel running in our heads, and the whole thing is made by us. The entire human, social, emotional, economic reality that dominates our lives is a man-made construct. It exists only because we think it, and we think it and we are important. We're always jumping from one man-made thing to another, trying to make ourselves happy. But what if the thing that truly makes us happy and makes us feel complete is all around us and always has been? What if the very thing that created us, the thing we take for granted the most, the thing that we relegate to occasional walks and yearly excursions, is our home, our spiritual home, our genesis, the seat of our existence? Every time I go outside, I think about the interplay of Mother Earth's processes, how they weave a beautiful web that makes life possible. And I think to myself, this is real life. This is the underlying reality of life on Earth. This is the thing I need to be close to. Nature's ancient, complex dance. This ancient, powerful force. This is us. Life on Earth is about 3.8 billion years old, which means we are 3.8 billion years old. We are the life that sprouted billions of years ago. We have billions of years of life wisdom that lies dormant within us. We have the wisdom of the earth within us. We are part of that ancient, beautiful dance. We are part of a thing so ancient and so complex and so powerful. Yet we often exist ignorant of this beautiful truth. When I look at the forest, I see home. I see ancestors. I feel the processes that created me. We are born of this earth. Its dirt is us. Its water is us. Our intuition is more than a gut feeling. It's billions of years of evolutionary wisdom tugging at us. When I think of being alive, I think of being a tiny part of a vast network, a part of countless generations of life on Earth, from the first single cell to realize replication. The Earth is our home, and the processes that allow life to exist on Earth is our history. Living close to nature is our correct place. People say nature is calming, but I think it's more than that. I think we belong to nature, surrounded by it, riding its ebbs and flows. I think we can't live happily without a close connection with Mother Earth, because without that, we are lost souls searching for a place. When we live close to nature, when we work with nature, when we develop a symbiotic relationship with the earth, there is no question we are being where we belong. So let's leave our towns, leave our cities, leave our houses, and get outside and head back home. Josh. Wow. I just have to share that. I read this different parts of it and he had me look it over and maybe edit it or whatever. But to read that like that, to really be in it while I was reading it, has a different effect. It's so impactful to me. And actually, I feel a little emotional reading it. Specifically, imagining him and his deep connection to Earth, which I know he has, but it felt very powerful in that essay. And just that reminder of everything that he said, of the power of our origination being life on Earth. And I'm so happy that him and I are creating a retreat center in Maine with land, 30 acres of land, of beautiful land. Being up there, all these words connect with me so deeply. And it is our intention to spend more and more time in nature, breaking out of the social constructs that have been placed upon us and that we have obviously adopted. Being aware of that and recognizing it. What is it? What is true and what is manufactured? And that's part of our purpose here on earth, is to remember our true nature. Remember our true nature. And part of that is that we are nature and that we're deeply connected with the earth and with the seasons and being in harmony with nature. And if you have spent any amount of time in nature, you know that. Like Josh was saying, you go camping and just right when you're at sort of at the end of your trip, usually, typically, is when you really start to feel like, all right, I'm here. Like you become more in sync with the animals, the sunrise, the sunset, the insects, just everything. Not feeling like, oh, I gotta go shower. I gotta, just like being in it, calming down, the thoughts calm down, the body calms down, the nervous system regulates. And then we say we have to get back to reality. When I think, in fact, nature is reality. Thanks for your time. So, for this and more, join us in the Enlightened Network again on the Mighty Networks. Go to mightynetworks.com, make an account, the free account, and then look for the Enlightened Network. First week of the Enlightened Network is free and it's super inexpensive after that. So, see what it's like to join a meaningful community and let's grow. Let's grow a more purposeful